Let's go.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to my early morning live. I hope you guys are able to join me today as I take a look at the Pretty Pink Posh September 2025 release, and I'm going to make a card. So I'm not going to just leave you hanging with a show and tell. I'm also going to be making a card today. So just drop a comment, let me know you're here and that you can see and hear me okay. So good morning. Well, hi, Pocono Pam. Oh, I miss you. I miss Pam. Hi, Debbie. And Amrita and Beth are here. So I got two of my moderators there. Thank you guys for joining. They're going to be helping with links today. So thanks, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Dallas, Georgia. That's wonderful. So yeah, if you can hear and see me okay, hope everything's working well. Hi, Heather. I do have a lot of cards to share with the Pretty Pink Posh release. I do their introduction videos on their YouTube channel. They do a countdown, a few sets each day as they work up towards the release. So I make cards with those and I have a lot to share, but I also want to create a card with you guys. I want to do a shaker card. So that's what we're going to do today. Good morning, Bonnie and Cindy and Sue. Wonderful. Thank you, Amrita. Video and sound is good. Wonderful. I always got to double check because the time I don't check is when something goes wrong. So always got to double check. And yeah, and I kind of have a small announcement, I think, about my lives. So remind me to tell you that at the end. First time watching. Well, hi, Leslie. Welcome. And Laura, great. All right. Niagara Falls, Canada is Julia. Welcome. In sunny Ohio, that's great. It is muggy Wisconsin, is what I'm going to go with today. So I do have all of the supplies that I'm going to use to create the card listed down in the video description. And then I did also supply just a general shopping list if you're looking at purchasing anything from Pretty Pink Posh today. It's an amazing Christmas release, and Pretty Pink Posh is always so cute. So it was a lot of fun to play with this release. My cards, for the most part, are kind of clean and simple, but I do plan on recreating some and then just kind of jazzing them up a little bit. So, good morning, Kelly from Wisconsin. That's great to see. If there is anything that I used today that I did not link down below, my moderators kind of keep track of that for me, and I will update after my live today. But for the most part, I do have everything linked down below in that video description. And we are having a video hop today. So that went live at 9 o'clock Central Time. It is me and many other fabulous designers. I mean, I did a quick peek through on YouTube this morning. The cards are so, so good. I did provide that link down below. It's the link to my video for the hop. And then what it is we provide links in the video description to the next person and the person before us in the video hop. And so you're just hopping from video to video. So always check the video description. That's where we provide a lot of information. And you can hop along to check out all of the gorgeous cards that they have. And then on that video hop, video, leave a comment there to be entered into a giveaway for a Pretty Pink Posh gift certificate. So don't forget to check that out after the live. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I am going to jump down to my tabletop and we're going to take a look at some of the products that were released today. So this is the card that I'm going to be recreating today. It is a bell shaker card. If you're not familiar with Pretty Pink Posh, this is going to be a great introduction for it because she does a lot of these kind of shaker elements or these shaker panels. I've done a few. She's got Halloween, all kinds of themes that go with the shaker cards. So I'm going to show you how I like to do the shaker cards. So this is the card that I'm going to create today. So just stick around for that. I'm going to bring in some of the other products though to quickly show you what was all released. There is, do I have a die? I'll come to it. There is this brand new stamp set. It is Christmas banner greetings. So it's got all of these like kind of meant to fit on a banner, which I think I'll get to that here in a little bit. And all these simple sentiments, and these work so good for whether it's card fronts, gift boxes, Christmas tags. It is a really, really great set to have, and it's just a little small 3x4 set. You have Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Winter Greetings, Deck the Halls. There's lots of great ones on there. Also, we have I think it's just called Christmas, yes, Christmas bells, and all these different styles of bells. I think I had a panel colored up. I don't know what I did with it. I might have cut it up. So, you got different size bells. You got single bells, some with bows. You have individual bows here. And then we have the word Merry, which also, oh, there's all my bells, has coordinating dies that you can pick up separately. There's the die for the word Merry, which I will be using this today. I think, yes, I will. But one thing I pointed out in the introduction video is think outside of Christmas on this set. Like this would be really, really cute for anniversary or wedding cards. So this is a good versatile one outside of Christmas. Oh, and here was a card I created. I did not share these yet. I think Pretty Pink Posh has been kind of sharing some of them in their sneak peeks. So you might have seen some of these, but this is just a really, really simple Christmas bell card. I colored up with alcohol markers. So I will put that off on the side. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Joy. And Vicky loves a good shaker card, and that one is so cute. Vicky is ready for cool weather, cozy PJs, and hot chocolate. Vicky, I am in total agreement with you. This next set is gingerbread friends. These guys are so adorable. Let me get my glare out of there. Have a sweet Christmas is one of the sentiments here. Sweet Merry Wishes. I mean, these, look at that. There's some that have a bow tie. One's holding a peppermint, a present. They are the sweetest. And then there is coordinating dies, including one for the sentiment. And I love these little guys. They're so, so cute. This is from that mini one that I showed you earlier. So like how great that looks on the front of a card with that banner cut out. I'll show you that die in just a second. And that background is a layered candy cane stencil that was previously released. So, use your older products. She has so many great stencils in the Christmas theme from this release and past releases. So if you have some of her stuff, check out your stash. These go great together. Put that one up there. We have the Christmas train. So she's done quite a few of these different themed trains. I mean, you almost have to have a Christmas train, don't you? Hi, Leah. It's great to see you here. Thanks for popping in. So this is the Christmas train delivering joy and cheer. Holiday fun is on the way. Leah, are you in the video hop today? I think I saw you. I think I saw a video for Leah in the video hop today with Pretty Pink Posh. She does some great cards too. You also have a train track here, the coordinating die. Again, super simple, but I love it. I just split it up between two sections on an A2 size card front, but you could definitely fit it across a landscape. I just really liked having it be kind of top and bottom like that. I'm not very centered, but shh, don't tell anybody. So that is our Christmas train. Oh, and here is, these I kind of show She is. Yes, Leah is in the video hop. I thought so. So be sure to check out that video hop. I linked that down below for all of those amazing cards that everyone created. This is just what I show. It's a quick coloring of the Christmas train. I, in my opinion, I feel you get a better take and a visual on what something looks like when it's stamped out and colored in. So I like taking that extra step in the videos to really show you what everything looks like. Then we have the holiday word scenes. So she's been starting some of these. There was one for Halloween where they're kind of a bigger size, and then some of the letters are images. So, like a wreath, or this is so creative. It's a stocking for the letter J. The E has a Santa hat. I mean, they're so super cute. I think I'm gonna say super cute a lot, just warning you. And then coordinating dies for them. So this was a set I colored up. And you don't have to color with a ton of shading. You know, some of them I did try and do a little bit of an ombre look, but you don't have to. They are just, they're great on their own. So that was a sample I colored up. And here is a card I did. This background is a layered snowflake stencil that was previously released. And it's just merry and bright, simple. You can make it the star of your card. So that one is the holiday word scenes. And I think that is it for the stamps. That was all the stamps in this release. So I will move on to the stencils. Hope you're still sticking with me. I'll get to the card making in just a bit. I promise you I will make a card. All right, we have the layered gingerbread. Now this one I used in my card in the video hop today. Love, 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 love gingerbread. And that was a quick example that I created with the layered gingerbread. So I did like a craft colored cardstock, craft ink. I did the candy canes. One layer I did in whites. That's why we're getting white gumdrops. But you could definitely, you know, if you have some small blending brushes, do some selective ink blending. But because that one's only 2 layers. So that is the layered gingerbread. Then we have layered Christmas cake pops. So if you haven't been following along with Pretty Pink Posh or you're brand new to them, she has done quite a few themes with these cake pops. I'll be honest, I think I say this every time. I've never had a cake pop, still to this day, even with doing all of these dies and stencils. I've never had a cake pop, but they sure are cute. So this one, I believe, is 3 layers. Yes, that's 3 layers. And she always has hers. If you ever wonder or not sure of the name, it's always down here in the bottom right-hand corner. It'll tell you the name of the stencil and then layer A, B, or C. So this one's got the 3 layers. Again, if you have some smaller blending brushes, you could do some selective ink blending. But this essentially is what it is going to look like. I know, aren't they so cute, you guys? She just knocks it out of the park. Her Christmas releases are always so adorable. Then we have a classic Candy Canes stripe stencil. So that works well outside of the holidays. I would recommend having like a sticky mat and treat myself to a cake pop. Well, I have cookies. Does that count? Um, I do recommend some sort of sticky mat, whether, you know, there's waffle flour, Alta New. So many people have sticky mats. I do recommend a sticky mat if you're going to use the stripes stencil, because those lines, you can see mine got a little blurry here. And that's just because my stencil was shifting a little bit, but I also wasn't being super careful. So candy cane, stripes. And one more in the stencils is the layered Christmas bells. As you can imagine, this is creating a whole panel of Christmas bells. But again, you could use this for weddings and anniversaries. And I think if you did like some glitter paste where the bows are, that would be super pretty. This is, I believe, 3 layers as well. Hi, Roberta. Great to see you here. So that is your 3 layers. So the bows are all by themselves. So if you have some red paste or, just depending on um, what you're using it for, it would be really pretty with some paste. So that is all the stencils in this release, but Pretty Pink Posh does have a lot of holiday stencils. So check those out too. This is just the Argyle pierced plate. So it's going to put those piece marks into your background. I will show you a card with that in just a little bit because I used it for a couple of them actually. This is our banner greetings die. I would say this is a great staple to have. I mean, both of these actually, because they're not holiday themed at all, but there's 3 banners. Let me grab. These fit perfectly inside of these banners. And the banner, we have kind of this flat edge, but it's got a piercing in it. So similar to the plate, this one's got the banner edges with stitching. This one's got the stitching with the flat edge. And then this is just a plain banner. So these fit perfectly in there. I have a feeling she's going to have more of these. I have a feeling there's more coming if we have a banner greetings 1 set. That kind of gives you an indication. And you can either stamp first and then die cut, or die cut first and stamp after. So these are open and that leaves you the option. So that is banner greetings 1. We have a gingerbread holder. So she has a few of these on her website, the different critters that can hold things. So when you die cut this out, the arms also die cut out too, or not die cut out, but they leave like slits in there so that you can put things in his hands. And there's a present you can create, got a little bow, and then it's got its frosting, its face, and its gumdrop buttons. So funny story, these buttons, I didn't realize at first were the gumdrop buttons. I kept using them for cheeks. So I say go for it with cheeks. So this was a really simple card I did where my gingerbread is holding presents. So these actually can be removed. You can put different things in here. I didn't glue these down. And I did add pearl for his eyes. I don't know. I almost kind of regret putting the pearls on for his eyes. They're cute and shiny, but I don't know. They kind of pop out a little bit much for me. But so this is the gingerbread holder. You're going to see some of these other things in the next couple die sets here. But a lot of great critters in that type of collection. Will a gift card fit in its hands? No, it will not. That is too small, I think. Yeah, I think that would be too small. I don't know if they make smaller gift cards than the credit card size, but I'm pretty sure that would be too small. So that's our holder. Hi, Kay. Thanks for popping in. Make sure I didn't miss any other questions before I move on here. I'm trying to sneak these all in so that I can get into the card project today. This is the Christmas holder editions. So this is meant to go with well, actually, it's really versatile. It's meant to go with any of the holders that she has. Like I said, there's a few other critters. She's got, oh gosh, what does she have? A fox. I think there's a bunny. There's a few of them out there. And so these can work with the gingerbread or if you have any of the other critters. So there's earmuffs, there's a wreath. You have your peppermint, you can make ornaments. There's bows and snowflakes. We have a string of lights, candy canes, Santa hat. So these can work with anything. And where did it go? Where's my card? Oh, I think this doubled up. So the presents, candy cane, earmuffs, I think I doubled up the gingerbread holder with the Christmas holder editions. But I think I used some of those on other projects too. You might see along the line. So this is just great to have on its own. We have the large Mary shadow. So it's a scripty Mary and then it's a shadow layer. I did that. You can see here how thin that shadow layer is, so it's not super big and bulky. And I paired it with the layered Christmas bells stencil. So you can see I actually tilted mine. It does fit. It's pretty wide, but I tilted mine a little bit there for the sentiment. And candy cane shaker. These are so cute. I gotta just jump right to the card because they're so cute. So you can use these on its own. You don't have to make it a shaker, but this is how fun a shaker card would be as a candy cane. And there you'll see the argyle pierced background in the back. I added some leaves that I think is coming off of the set that I'm using today. And then Have a Sweet Christmas, which I think is the gingerbread friends. C9 glitter cardstock would make great frosting. It absolutely would. So that is the shaker. I think I saved one. Oh yeah, I saved some in the back. So these are just flat. I didn't turn them into shaker. And then this is my other shaker that I'm saving for a card project. Let's see here. So this one I actually am using in the video hop today. So this is the gingerbread mugs is called. And I will just jump right to the card for it. So what it does is create these gingerbread mugs, and these are so darling. Here I did bring in some other pieces because let's see, we don't have a peppermint here. So I think I used the Christmas holder editions to do the peppermints. And then it's so hard to see on camera, but can you see that? There's a texture there. I used a tonic, oh, what is it? Tonic, some sort of Nouveau drops, but I don't think it's available anymore. But anything like that, just kind of give it that fluffy look. It's really neat and it feels really cool too. And then on the gumdrop buttons, now I mentioned in my video too, enamel dots would work really cool here or some glitter embellishments. I used glossy accents. And then I also applied that white stuff to the arms for the frosting. It's really, really neat in person. And then the layered gingerbread stencil in the background. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. I want it all, Vicky says. Fold up cash, put it in the hands. Yep, I'm talking about the gingerbread holder. Spellbinders glitter foam, Michelle says. Leah used, she used the gingerbread mugs in the video today. Aren't those mugs adorable? That video is great, Kristen says. Thank you. It does almost look like the candies from Sweet Spells. Yeah, so you can just change out your colors and put it for any holiday. So that's our gingerbread mugs, but I still recommend checking out the video for it. This was the first one I created. All I really did differently was I switched up the shades of blue and then I added the like glossy accents and stuff. So pretty much the same. So now I have two fun gingerbread cards there. We also have a gingerbread shaker, and this little guy is cute too. This one, isn't he? I mean, it looks like a real cookie, doesn't it? And I added a bunch of embellishments in here. I'll show you the embellishments too. So there it is, the gingerbread shaker. So it comes with the smiley face, the frosting pieces, and a bow tie, and then the gumdrop buttons, which I didn't end up using on here. And then this again is that layered gingerbread stencil. The first layer I did in like a craft or like a toffee ink. And then another layer I did in white. And after the white pigment ink dried, I went over the top with a color to make them pop a little bit more. So that was a really, really fun one to create with. And they're just fun to play with. My son about ran off with half of my shaker cards while I was creating with them. We are almost done, guys, I promise. Christmas cake pops. So like I had mentioned earlier, Paulina has quite a few different themed cake pops in her collection. This one is going to create the Christmas version of it. So here is another simple card that I did with it. This is again got that argyle pierced background. We got those mini sentiments down there. And then you can do a snowman, a Christmas tree. You can do just some fun Christmas colors. There's a reindeer. Yes, there's one. Oh, here's some extras. I always put my extras in the back. I did kind of a wintry one in shades of blue. Yeah, and then Santa hat. You want to make some felt ornaments with the gingerbread dies. That is an excellent idea, Vicky. Oh, here's the reindeer. So there's our reindeer. There's another kind of Christmas version, another type of, this would probably look better if I actually used small snowflakes instead of the stars, but that's the Christmas cake pops. And then I think it's just one more. The other one we're going to be using today. So I hope you're still sticking with me. This last one is Christmas bucket additions. So this is kind of a continuation of the original, oh gosh, what was it called? Candy bucket, I think is what the original one's called. And it creates a bucket that you can fill with different items. There's also a handle that the bucket creates too. So you have different things in here like antlers. I think I have examples here too. Is this a new release from Pretty Pink Posh? Yes, it is. This is their brand new release, just released today. All available on their website. And I do have a link down below in the video description that goes right to all of their new arrivals. And then I do also have a link of everything I'm going to be using to create my card project today. And I'm going to be creating this Christmas bell shaker card today. So we are almost done and getting ready for the card making portion. But I just had to show you all the cute stuff that is available because I can't do I can't do like 10 cards in a video. That would exhaust me massively. But we have elements for a snowman bucket. I love that. I love the snowman. I did the Santa belt. You could do the reindeer. There's also gumdrops in here. Here you have the belt buckle, some snowflakes. You can do presents, which is what I did. Ornaments. There's different styles of presents you can do. And then you have Jolly and Merry that you could add to the top or onto your bucket. If you want to create the bucket though, you would need to have the original candy bucket die. That would get you this piece. Everything else is kind of an addition to. So that is the buckets. And oh, I just want to show you guys the embellishments. So let me pop this out of the way and get myself some room. All right, here is the embellishments. She has, I swear, the cutest embellishments. So shaker beads are meant for the shaker cards. They're really fun. They move around a lot. This is the gingerbread shaker bead mix. So it's got the browns and whites in there. We have holiday gingerbread mix. So if you look closely in this one, it's, if I can get it to, it's got little gingerbread men in there, if you can see that. And then plus also some peppermints, but look, that's a little gingerbread. Is that not adorable? And these are decently sized, like just like your pearls. So you could use these as embellishments on your card, but they also do work really good in a shaker card. We also have candy cane shaker bead mix. So some classic red and white. And then the holly berries. So that one actually has the leaves. It's clay pieces shaped like leaves and the red berries. So those are the 4 brand new embellishments that are in this. And I think I used, where'd it go? Yes, I put a little bit of the gingerbread shaker beads and then also a little bit of the holiday gingerbread mix in my shaker card. So what do you guys think? I'm going to start making my card soon. So I hope you're still with me. But what is your favorite so far out of all of that? You'll have to let me know in the comments. I want to see what is everybody's favorite. And have you shopped anything yet? Have you been resisting? Or did you cave? So I'm just getting out my pieces. I did a bunch of die cutting early, so I had a feeling I was going to be talking a lot. All right, now again, this is the card that I'm going to be recreating. So I die cut out the leaves and also my pine branches there. And this is, I should show you this set. This is the Christmas bell shaker. So you get the bow, the bell, some berries, the pine branches, and leaves. So this is what we're going to use today. And I'm going to do mine a little bit different than this, just a little. And also, if you notice, she puts all 4 of her leaves on one plate, so you don't have to have 4 separate dies to worry about controlling on your cutting plates. And she does that a lot, like with the berries, the pine branches. I'm thankful for that. Now, what I want to kind of show you here, I'm going to do some ink blending, but to create a shaker card, you would need to die cut out this main base piece from whatever color cardstock you're going to be using. Then you have kind of these outline pieces. So you actually need 2 of them, 2 base pieces. You would take your outline piece and you're going to line it up inside of that stitched line. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit there. So you would line it up right inside of your stitched line, and that's going to create a window for us. Now with the bell, we do have this additional one if you want to do the bottom portion. So see here on my original card, I die cut out the window up here and also down here. But I think for this one, I'm going to leave that bottom one off. I'm just going to die cut out that bell there. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to center that as best as I can. I'll hold that down. Oh, I didn't open up my Platinum 6 yet. So let me go ahead and die cut this out without bumping my buttons, so I don't shut anything off. Okay. Oh, my plates. So that created our window, which is where our shaker element is going to be. So you need the base piece and you need your outline piece. But see, this one's going to be different because there's not going to be a window down here. I'm going to leave that open. But this is our window for our shaker. And then I also used this base piece to die cut it out of acetate. So you always need your acetate to create a shaker card. So that's going to be our base piece. The bottom piece of the bell could be in a coordinating color or metallic cardstock. Absolutely it could. And I think I've seen some of those in the hop today. I think there was quite a few actually. I think there was quite a few bells. And what's really fun and why I really recommend checking out the video hop and those videos is I feel like everybody has their own favorite way of doing a shaker card. So I'm going to share mine today. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's the method I prefer. But if you check out the video hop, I'm going to bet other people have done it differently. Has anyone had trouble mailing shaker cards internationally? Hopefully somebody in the comments can help you with that, Roberta. I have never mailed one internationally. So I cannot help you with that, unfortunately. So I'm going to bring out my little media mat. And I just got to get a paper towel. I like to do all of my gluing on my media mat. And this is just I think it's tonic. It's really easy to clean up. I don't have glue stuck everywhere. Just got to make sure it's clean. So the first thing I am going to do is glue my acetate down. Now, if this was like straight lines, maybe like a square or something like that, I would probably use double-sided tape. But because this is curvy, I am going to use liquid glue, and I just need to be a little careful. I don't want to go too heavy with it because I don't want it to squish onto my acetate. So I'm going to add this liquid glue, kind of spread it out a little bit around that bell shape. And then also down here. And then, oh, I'm going to do this little guy. And we're going to line that up. Oh, she's staticky. Place that down. I would watch you color those sample stamps you were showing even without a card. Someone posted that it sounds like seeds and the post office would not let her mail it, Roberta says. Must be talking about the shaker card. Yeah, I could see that would be pretty noisy. What's the secret of die cutting acetate? Um, Honestly, I don't think I have a real specific secret. One sec, I gotta lean in and get my block. I'm gonna put something heavy on that, let that sit. When I die cut out my acetate, I try to find something not super thick. This one happens to be from Simon Says Stamp. It is kind of on the thicker side. And when I die cut it out, I run it through a couple times. It came out, it still did not die cut all the way. So I actually just finished trimming it out with my scissors. The bell shape was fairly easy enough. I didn't have to worry about it. I want to say there is a trick out there. If Leah is still here, I think Leah has a really good trick for acetate, if I remember correctly. But I can't, that's my problem. I never remember. So Vicky puts a piece of copy paper between the dye and the acetate. That is a great tip. Try putting a piece of copy paper under your acetate. It helps get a better cut, Michelle says. So great tips. Beth uses a shim to make it tighter. Run it through a few times. Great tips, you guys. I got to remember those too. So while that's drying, I'm going to work on a little bit of ink blending. Now notice these pine branches, when you die cut it, there's 2 of them that go in different directions, which I love when they include that. Then I also have some of the leaves. I am going to, let's see, what did I do there? So I used Concord and Ninth, Artichoke, and Avocado for my colors. So that's what I'm going to use for my ink blending because I want to add those. There she is. Yeah, she's got a bubble mailer trick and I keep forgetting about it. So Leah says, if you cut into a piece of bubble mailer, it adds extra pressure to help cut the acetate out better. You know, and I see it and I kick myself every time because I forget to do that. Let me grab some blending brushes. One of these days I'll remember. Okay, and just grab a towel to clean this up. Yes, I knew she had a trick. I'll have to put that on a sticky note on my desk. Here's my hair. We don't want my hair. Come on. So I'm just going to add a bit of that darker color. Doesn't have to be a lot. I'm kind of on an addiction run right now with avocado and artichoke colors. I just love that shade. Yes, you guys will have to try the bubble mailer trick. Hi, Cheryl. No problem on joining late. I'm actually just getting started with the card making process. I walked through the Pretty Pink Posh release and the cards that I created with it. So they had a brand new release today, Christmas themed release. I walked through all the card samples. So we're just getting into the actual creating portion. So if you are interested in anything from the release, I do have a link down below that says, I think it's like shop new release. So I do have that link down below. And I do also have all of the supplies that I'm using today linked down there as well. Bubble mailers help for dies that are just being fussy in general or are super intricate as well. That is a fantastic tip, Leah. Thank you. And I have to put that Post-it note on my table because I really want to try it. Although I may actually have to go and buy a bubble mailer. I don't think I have any. So I wiped that up and I'm going to do my leaves with avocado. Oh, I totally did that backwards. There we go. So we're just going to add a little bit of that color here. And if it seems pretty dark right now, it's okay. It'll dry back. I'm not overly worried. And I don't know if I'll use all of these leaves, but it'll be nice to have. I always end up with a little stash of extra stuff that I find handy to pull out when I want something. A little bit here. Amrita says, where does the bubble mailer go in the sandwich? Where did that? I just saw it. Where did Leah's comment go? I was going to reread Leah's comment. Cut into a piece of bubble mailer. It adds extra pressure. So do you mean between your cardstock and your plate? Is that where you put your bubble mailer, Leah? So instead of cutting into a plate, you're cutting into the bubble mailer and then you have a plate? One more here. That doesn't get too tight? I haven't tried that yet either. On the bottom, Roberta says. Okay, there are my leaves. So I'll clean that up. And if you look ahead, if you go on to my YouTube channel under lives, I do also have another live already scheduled. It's during the day at some point, and I can't remember the date, but I will be going live with Hero Arts at that time. So that one is already scheduled. I believe, is that next week? I can't even remember. Yes, between the cutting plate and cardstock and acetate, it doesn't get too tight because the bubble mailer is, you're going to make me say words, malleable. Darn it, Leah. There is a word, I swear, in every live that I get stuck on. Every time. Okay, so my mistake here was I put this down on a dirty surface and now I have a gunk. So I'm just cleaning that off. Thank you guys. Amrita and Beth are posting in the comments. My next live is Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central, next Wednesday. So that that'll be using Hero Arts next week. I was telling my husband that I'm like, there's always something in a live that I get stuck on, and then I look like a doodah because I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, so let's create our shaker because that's kind of the, well, I'll leave this out. That's kind of my big thing here. Now, like I said, everybody does theirs different. Some people, squishable. There you go. I should have just changed the word. Squishable, squishable. Um, some people will die cut out this window piece like this multiple times and they'll stack their die cuts to create the wall for your shaker. So, and I'm gonna bet somebody did that in the hop today. Let me just trim off. I have some excess acetate down here that I want to get rid of. So you can stack your die cuts to create the wall for your shaker. I am going to maneuver. That is my fancy word for the day. I'm going to maneuver my foam tape. Yeah, I do a lot of layman's terms. Squishable. I like squishable. You had to look it up. Sarah, I'm not repeating your comment because that means I have to try and repeat that word. Not doing it. All right, now, okay, I was digging through my drawer. The best foam strips I found for these shaker cards with Pretty Pink Posh is the waffle flower ones. And I did make sure I picked specifically this particular size. So this is the 1/8 inch thick double-sided adhesive. Thickness, yes, you want something where you can move your shaker beads around, but look how skinny these strips are, if you can see it there. So they are pretty skinny, and this whole section is really long. Whereas some of the other ones, I mean, I love foam tape. I love foam strips. They're all great. Some are thicker than others, but they all end up being kind of on the shorter side. And when I'm going to do a shaker panel like this, I want the really long ones, and these are really skinny. So I did specifically list the ones from Waffle Flower. I actually need to get more. We love your terms. Michelle says, yeah, I don't get very technical. I do not get very technical. I actually joke with some of the DT leaders when they start using words. I'm like, you know better than to use big words with me. I'm not an idiot, but like just you know, plain and simple terms. We're good. Yeah, and I did list these at over. I found them at Simon Says Stamp. I'm out of focus. There we go. So what I found the best to work is I removed it from the sheet, but I'm also going to remove the backing. And when you remove the backing, that allows you to be able to maneuver your foam strip. So I'm going to start down here. Yes, it gets sticky, but that's okay. You just got to be careful. And they are super sticky. So I'm kind of guiding it. I'm going to try and not touch it a ton. So I'm kind of holding it on the side. So I'm going to go around the shape of the bell. And just keep going around. Doing this without my readers on, you guys. So no promises. So the bell is really easy, but I did also do this trick with my candy cane shaker. Oh, look at that. It almost fit. Almost. Just need a little one. So close. Wonder if I could just, it's just pretty sticky. I can do this. Yeah, I might have just ruined that. All right. Mall. I'm not even going to say that word. That can be the word of the day for my channel, but I ain't saying it. Oh, come on. See, I removed it to try and move it over, and now it doesn't want to stick. So once you put your foam tape down, I suggest not moving it. And I'm going to just try and hold that there so the liquid glue sticks it back down. Amrita, you are not funny. I'll type the word. I ain't repeating it. Come on, you little bugger. Stick. All right, yes. Learn from my mistakes. Do not move. See, I tried to move it over and I removed the backing, or I removed the kind of sticky piece of it. So let's see if I can still salvage that there. So where are my shaker bits I was going to use? There they are. I am going to use the Berry Bright Mix. I think this might be a previously released one. I really liked the pinks, reds, and greens in here. So now this is where you got to be super careful. So I'm kind of putting my bag in like a little scoop type of format. And I'm going to stay away from that sticky edge, because if that sticky tape gets a hold of this plastic bag, we are going to have a mess on our hands. Okay. Not going to move it. And then I'm also going to go around and just do dots of liquid glue, because I touched it a lot when I was moving it. So I'm just gonna dot that with some liquid glue. And then we can place our backer. Now, if you have a lot of open space down here, you could add some foam strips to kind of brace that up. I'm not gonna worry about it. Well, actually, that little corner is bugging me. So let me I'm gonna try and brace this up a little bit. Where are you? Oh, going live. There. I'm creating a blockade so it doesn't move. This is focusing. Come on, stick. And of course, now I can't get it off. Come on. Ah. Oh my gosh, I put the wrong side on. Gosh darn. Okay, we are having shaker troubles. You know, I had no problem doing this outside of a live. Let's try that. Now, did I put it the right way up? Yes, I did. Come on. There we go. So there, I created a little blockade. And now I can put my bell on. So I'm going to do my best to line up these edges. Get a little focus there. I mean, it is shaker surgery. I never line it up completely perfect, but as long as for the most part it's covered in. There. So I just stuck that down. There we go. So it worked. So I do see my foam tape. I got a little close to the edge there a little bit, but that's all right. So that is the difference with the two, is this one's open, this one's not. But it's still really fun. And yeah, I don't think I need to trim anything off. I think that's good like that is. So that is the shaker portion. So now let's work on the rest of our card. If you guys are still here sticking with me, thank you so much. And I do have to talk about future lives. You're giggling at my words of encouragement to the piece of foam. Was I encouraging it? I thought I was bossing it around. Let me pick this up. So let's do a background because we still have some stamping to do and I have a background to make. Let me grab. I put everything in these craft stacks. These are from Spellbinders. This I did list down below. I think I am done with the die set, so I'll get that put away. Yes, you could ink up your foam tape. That would be a great idea. That would kind of disguise it a little bit. So for the background, I am using a previously released stencil. This is the Cascading Snowflakes. Grab my repositionable tape. I just wanted something in the background. Could be anything. And I added that tape so it'll hold it down. You could also use a sticky mat. And then I'm just going to place my stencil over the top. Oh, Heather, don't worry. That does happen. But I am live. And the video will be public. You know, if it was a private live, you'd probably get a different experience with me. Let's say that. So the cardstock I'm using for the background is Pistachio, and I'm going to use Pistachio ink. Let me just move some of that. You know what I didn't do? And I don't even know if this is still working like this. Nope, it did side to side. I don't feel like messing with that right now. I'll have to figure that out at some point. A blending brush. I need a blending brush. And we're just gonna just quickly ink this up. I didn't do it super heavy-handed on the original one. Just needed something in the background. I've thought, it's crossed my mind once or twice to do like a Patreon account where the lives would be more private. You know, it's like one of those membership things. That was my hair. I've thought about it only because I think then those would all be kind of private videos, only shared to that account. And not that I'm not fake. What you're seeing me crafting is really what I'm crafting. But yes, there are other words that probably would have been said. I try to keep it kind of toned down. So that's all I needed, really, for my snowy background. So quick and easy, right? Let's just clean this stencil right away because it drives me crazy to have dirty stencils laying around. So let's wipe that up. And I'm going to clean my stencil really quick because I don't do this in my videos a lot of times. And if you're ever curious, this is how I do my cleaning with my stencils. I have rubbing alcohol in a big spray bottle. I place a towel down and then I spritz my stencil because then that way anything I push through is just kind of going right onto the towel. Saves me cleaning up a mess. So there, all done and ready for the next time I want to use it. So there is our background now, and we still have to do a sentiment. So let's get that going so I don't hold you guys up too long. I mean, honestly, I'm not doing too bad considering I talked for a half hour. Now I'm going to use, if I could find that stamp set, I put everything behind me. I'm using the sentiment from the Christmas Bells collection. And I want to use the word Merry because it has a coordinating die. So I can stamp that out. This is Hammermill cardstock, and I am going to stamp out with the Versafine ink. She's got a beautiful scripty font here. Just stamp it once. Clean that up. Put it back. This is one thing. I don't know about you guys, but I have to clean up as I go. I thought about, like filming or taking a picture of the crafter mat, but I really don't have a huge crafter mat because I don't have a lot of space. Maybe I'll still take a picture just so you guys can see how much space I'm in. For those that might be unfamiliar, I'm in my kitchen. I have pretty much taken over a portion of our kitchen to craft and do videos and lives and all that fun stuff. So I pack as much into this corner as I can, and the rest of it's all in my bedroom. I got to get my head in so I can line that up correctly. So I always clean up as I go because I just don't have the room. Let me die cut this out quick. I use hand sanitizer. It gets the ink off the inner edges better than my alcohol. Great tip, Roberta. I use hand sanitizer on my glass mat once in a while. I don't think I've ever used it on my stencils. Maggie, hi Mindy, excited to have the live on my lunch hour. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Well, thank you for joining. I did not realize it was 11 o'clock already. You have the room, Beth says, but still cleans as she goes. Michelle cleans as she goes too. Must have a sink with warm soapy water when cooked. Yes, we do that too. Yep. Yep, it's a great way to just get it done while it's there instead of walking up to a big mess. Or, even when you're done crafting, you turn around, you're like, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. But I did try and work in my bedroom at one point. That didn't work out. It only lasted a month. I have a very kind husband. You don't think yours would understand? Well, the reason I did it was because of our son. So in order for me to craft, do anything like that, it was either I do it late at night after he goes to bed, and we struggled for a long time with him and his bedtime. And so by the time he went to bed, I was too tired. But I started it because of Dalton, and it stuck. And I still need to be out here, but I actually like being out here, to be honest. A little tight spaced sometimes. So let's go ahead and get this glued together. This is where I do like to stack my die cuts. So what I do is I stamped it on the white, and then I use the rest of the white cardstock to die cut out my layers so I don't feel like I'm wasting any cardstock. And then I will get these together. Did my stuff stop moving? It did. Here we go. So I can start gluing all these together. Get my die cut stacked. Now the living room is Dalton's and Daddy's, and the kitchen's kind of mine. And bedroom. And the upstairs. I guess if my husband was listening, he'd be like, wait, you've taken over more than just the kitchen. Allie's bedroom is upstairs, and there was like an extra room up there that I kind of turned into like a photography studio place. But yeah, I kind of taken up a lot of pieces of the house. So there's my stacked sentiment. Yes. Oh, my tweezers are never very far. I actually hadn't even had them out yet. And now I need I have some scrap black cardstock. I want to heat emboss the sentiment. Only took over an hour. Well, I really didn't need it. I didn't need them on there, but you can guarantee that they'd be out before the end of the video. Guaranteed. I still have to adhere everything. You guys are cute. Well, if I don't use tweezers, then you can bet an alien has taken over my body. Okay? And send help. We'll go with that. Let me grab my white embossing powder. And I have some white pigment ink. I do this quite often, especially on black cardstock. But if I'm going to be heat embossing with white embossing powder, I almost always stamp with white pigment ink. I honestly very rarely use clear embossing ink anymore. And it stays wet a little longer, so. Get that on there. And might get a little noisy while I heat emboss it. So 1 second. You guys are cute. So it's funny. I did see somebody ask me one time, they're like, how does your heat embossing always look so good? That is why. White pigment ink, an anti-static powder tool. That is the trick. So again, we're getting really close to assembly. Really, really close. Just get this all put away. Put some of the other supplies away later. And I got to trim this out. So I'm going to grab my little baby trimmer. And maybe a little bit more, just a smidge. And then some over here. How did that turn out? Oh, that came out pretty good. I'm happy with that. So let me just trim this down to a smaller strip. A little bit here. That's just a little guy. Now what I like to do with my little strips is, so I have this extra piece here. This is gonna go back in my scrap bin. Is I like to stack my sentiments up too. Is this the right one? I hope that was the right one. So I'm gonna glue these together as she should. I love looking at pictures of craft rooms. Oh, that might have been too big. Maybe it'll work. We are getting there, friends. Thanks for sticking with me. And a little bit down there. I can pop that up. There we go. I think that is all the gluing I have to do. Oh, no, I have one more thing. I die cut out a bow, which is also on that Christmas bells set, and that I did out of a gold glitter cardstock. And I also did it out of white. To build up that kind of stability a little bit. I gotta check real quick. Okay. Making sure I don't have any notifications from the teacher. Dalton came home early yesterday. So I need to keep an eye on that when I go live, as I put do not disturb on. But I need to see if he is doing okay. All right, friends, I think we are ready to assemble. So I need a card base. Got my scoring board. 1 second, friends. So I have these pre-cut panels. Score at 4 1/4. I like side folding card bases, but to each their own. Reinforce that. Get a tape roller. I can add my panel on right away. Married 37 years. Congratulations, Corinne. That is amazing. You know, I don't know why my panels never match. Something is always off. There we go. And then I can fold up some of this Post-it tape. That'll hold my panel together. All right, let's add our shaker. I think I'll just add some liquid glue to that. All right, friends. So while I am messing around with getting the assembly together for this, I have been thinking about lives. I mean, obviously I've been going live, but trying to be a little more consistent or find a home as far as a time. Dalton is in school, which does give me the opportunity to do it during the day. But there's a lot that goes on during the day. Lots of crafty companies, crafty people, crafty friends going live during the day. You know, I like to pop it on while I'm working. I kind of use the during the day process as my work time. So I think what I have decided is I'll be going live in the evenings. I know I have one already scheduled with Hero Arts for next week, and that one's going to stay at its time, but I think I'm going to try to stick to probably like 6 o'clock is a good time for me, because if I do go over, then I don't feel like, you know, I get done and I want to go to bed, which I do feel like that anyway. But I think I'm going to do probably 6 o'clocks when it comes to times, and probably Mondays. You know, I might be able to start adding some additional ones, maybe, you know, another time during the week. If I can do two days a week, we'll see. I don't know. There are a couple other things I'd like to create live with, because I enjoy seeing your guys' comments and chatting with all of you. The evenings seem to be better for you guys, and they seem to be better as far as scheduling purposes. Like I said, I don't like trying to dodge who else is going live. Excuse me. I love everybody. Everybody is, you know, fantastic at going live and chatting. I like to chat with the people. And I don't want to run the risk of overlapping with someone. And then plus, I really don't want you guys to have to pick. You know, if there's me and one other person on, I don't want you to have to pick who to watch or try and do two at once. Um, I know that can be just kind of frustrating. So I think I'm just going to do evenings. I am going to probably do Mondays, most likely. Kick off the week with a live. I don't know if a lot of people craft on Mondays. That's usually probably a weekend thing. But yeah, I think kind of talked to, oops, I squished out a lot of glue there. You don't want to do that on acetate. But yeah, I talked to the husband last night and he's game because he's got to take Dalton out of the house. So he's game for that. If it makes it easier on everybody. That's kind of what I want to do. Want to make it easy for you guys. I know 6 isn't going to work for everybody, but it seems to have been working out. All right, so I got my sentiment down. I got my bell down, and now I just need to add my pine. So I think, I don't know, I might add a couple extra in here. Might do a little bit more. Let's see. See, this is where I start struggling, is the arrangement of the leaves. Let's try this. I am getting hungry. How's that gonna work? Too much? Kind of too much. It looks like he has horns sticking up. I don't like that. All right, I'm just gonna go with what I originally did. But I kind of want to do 2. I don't like when my greenery looks like horns. It's not the vibe I want to go for Christmas. When 2 are live, I have one on my Kindle and one on my TV. And see, and I don't want to do that to you guys. I don't want to do that. Now, I may overlap with people, and that's just gotta, I mean, that's gonna be, it is what it is. Sorry, I'm focusing on my greenery here. You know, I can't go around everything and everyone, but I think, you know, I've done a couple Monday nights. They seem to have worked well for me and everybody else. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. Like I said, I may throw extra ones in there just because I like popping in live. Long as people are not throwing big words at me, I like going live. Tuck a little bit that in there. And hopefully I didn't create horns. Oh, there we go. So let's get this guy popped down. Add some glue there. And glue over here. Well, and I'm curious, do you guys craft on Mondays? Like, I know some people are retired, and maybe they craft all the time. I'm not sure. But for those of you that do work outside of the house, when do you craft? Do you craft during the week? Do you craft on Mondays? Or like I used to just save it for weekends. So I'm kind of curious, when do you craft? When is your day to craft? I'm gonna pop in a foam square underneath my bow there. So we are almost done, my friends. I promise you here. We are just finishing up. So if you've stuck with me this long, thank you so much. If you guys are catching the replay, any questions I've asked as far as like, you know, the live stuff and crafting, please let me know down in the comments. I do love hearing from the replay crew. As I mentioned in other videos, I do read every single comment that is on YouTube. So I do catch everything. And if you are shopping Pretty Pink Posh release today, Those are affiliate links that are down below, which means I do receive a small percentage if you purchase through my links, and I greatly appreciate it when you do. Oh, look at that. That gold bowl is perfect. Okay, so the last piece I'm going to do here is add. Oh, I didn't list these, I don't think. I don't think I did. These are gold pearls from Pretty Pink Posh. They have just a ton of amazing embellishments. Where's my paper towel? And I know I did not list a jewel picker either. This is actually the perfect picker from Altenew. So we'll have to remember. I got a good chunk of my supplies. There's been times I've come in empty-handed, but we got a good chunk of the supplies linked today. Okay, guys, there it is. Isn't that fun? I mean, yeah, you could see the edge, but come on, it's a handmade card. So there is our shaker card. A little different than the original. You can see the original there. I left the open down at the bottom of the bell. I did change my arrangement a little bit of the leaves and the pine pieces, but otherwise, for the most part, pretty close. So let me and do that because that is the card that I made. Okay, guys, that is the finished shaker card. So what did you think? Too tedious for you? Is it just right? I mean, it really didn't take me that long, and I had a lot of pieces die cut, so no set time. Maybe I would do it more if I did. I got a super, look at that. I got a super chat from Corrine. Thank you, Corrine. So I have never gotten a super chat in a live, and I always kind of laugh because Kathy's like, oh, look at something pops up. I've never had anything pop up on me. So that was kind of cool. Thank you, Corrine. That was very much appreciated. I was just looking at your comments here really quick. Christina's usually on at 8 Eastern. I know that is the only one that I may overlap with if I go long, and I do tend to go long. But like I said, I love watching people go live, and some of these people are friends in the industry. It's so I don't want to step on toes anywhere. I shouldn't be. Maybe I shouldn't be so mindful and just do what works for me, which is great and all, but I just can't. I just can't consciously schedule a live knowing somebody else is going live. But on the flip side of that, I got to do what also works for me. And the Wednesdays at 6 kind of seem to work the best for me. Maybe earlier, maybe a 5 o'clock. I don't know. Um, we usually eat kind of early, so like 6 o'clock, we're about ready to go. And then if I want to try and sneak in another live during the week, that's also gets a little tricky. So I try to be a little conscious of it, and yet still do what works for me. And that's a really hard balance. It's a really, really hard balance. But oh, you're so sweet, Pam. I miss Pam. Pam is just so fun. Yeah, so many creators, different times. It's really hard. There is a lot of inspiration. Yeah, and it's fun. I mean, it's something I like to pop lives on. I'm working on assignments, so a lot of times I'm there watching. I'm just not in the comments because I'm also working on things. So, anyway, but yeah, affiliate links are listed down below. I'll update that after the live is done. If you happen to purchase anything from them today or anytime after, thank you so much for using my links. And thank you guys for joining me today live and on the replay. I love it. I appreciate it. I read everything that you guys comment. And I do at least try to acknowledge it. I'll heart it. I'll sometimes respond back, but yes, I do check all of my YouTube comments. It's probably like one of the few platforms that I religiously keep up on. Instagram, Facebook, I'm there, but I don't check it very often. But my email, I check. I'm just bad at responding. But YouTube comments, I'm always looking at those. So Thank you guys. Oh, did I miss a little pop-up? Maggie Blair. Thank you, Maggie. I missed a little pop-up, but it did highlight it for me. I was too busy looking at my camera chatting. So, yes, a thumbs up button. That would be wonderful. Thank you, Beth, for the reminder. And yeah, if you like my channel, please go ahead, subscribe, hit that bell notification so it notifies you that when I do post a new video. A lot of times I do have pre-recorded videos. Trying to get more into the live thing, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, Maggie. You guys are wonderful. And it was so fun chatting with you guys, creating with this release, and showing you all the cards that I created. It's a lot of fun. As my sister called it, are you doing a show and tell? And I'm like, that's really cute. I'm gonna use that in the next video. It's gonna be a show and tell because that was like the cutest thing. Subscribe and notify. Okay, guys, let me pull this out there. I'll have to fix my camera later. I kind of moved around. Thank you, Maggie. Yes, have a great day as well. You all have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And just gonna make sure I have all of my stuff pulled up here so it doesn't look all messy. Okay. Thank you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.